Hello guys, welcome to my 7th HTML tutorial. In this tutorial we're going to continue with our style attributes that we were discussing. Okay, so we've talked about the background color, the text color. Okay, the text color, you just specify color. Now in this particular lesson, let's talk about the fonts. Let's say we want to increase the size of the fonts, or we want to use a different font for our paragraph text that we already have here. Okay, so how do we do that? So inside, now the style can actually take more than one property, as many properties as you want. With the semicolon that ends the first property value, you can start another property value pair. Okay, so let's say you want to change the paragraph of this, want to change the font style or font family of this paragraph. So it's actually a CSS property called fonts family. Okay, that's how you specify. That's the pair. You see, the fonts, because it's actually more than one word, there's an hyphen in between the font and the family. Then the property could be any name of font, you know. It could be Vadana, it could be Courier, it could be Time New Roman, it could be Tahoma. So let's use Tahoma. Okay, let's say Tahoma and Control S to save this. Let's open this in our browser and launch in Google Chrome. You can see that this was the previous one, and this one, you can see the difference between the two. Okay, let's use Vadana instead. Vadana, spelled Verdana. Control S to save this. Let's go back to our browser and refresh. You can see that the font has been changed. Okay, so let's talk about font size briefly. So font size, if you want to change the size of the fonts, the normal paragraph fonts, you can see the size of the fonts. Okay, so let's say we want to make it bigger. You go to your text editor, put a semicolon at the end of the first property value pair to add another property value pair. Okay, so let's say font size. Font size is a CSS property called fonts hyphen size. Okay, then you put a colon, then put the value. The value is measured in, it could be pixel, it could be M. So let's use pixel. So let's say we want 25 pixel font size. Please put your semicolon, Control S to save, go back to the browser and refresh. You can see that the font size has increased. Okay, the font size has increased. Let's close this. Okay, so that's how you specify, that's how you increase the font size. It could be in percentage also. You could use percentage to specify the value of your font. Let's say we have, instead of 25, let's say we have 200%. Control S and go back to the browser and refresh. You see how the font size has increased more than like 2 times of the value. 100% is the normal font size, then 200%. If we come here and say 100%, Control S, it will give you the normal default font size. Is the default font size. So 2 times of that is the 200%. You see, Control S to save and go back to our text editor, refresh. You see the font size has increased. So what about text alignment? You see how the text is not properly aligned. This is not properly aligned, it's aligned left. Okay, so you want your text to be properly aligned. Maybe you want to align it center, or you want to align right, or you want to justify it. So it's actually a CSS property called font text align. Okay, so at the end of this, of the font size property, you can add text align. Is actually a CSS property. So text hyphen align colon, then we can say center. If we say align center, it's an American English, spell CENTER. Then don't forget to put your semicolon, Control S to save, and let's launch it in our browser. You see that is center aligned. Okay, this is center aligned now. It's no longer left aligned. Okay, let's say what about if we want to make it justify? So instead of center, we'll say justify. Control S to save and go back to our browser and refresh. You can see that the text is justified now. All right, the whole paragraph is justified. So that's how you specify your font size. Okay, there are a lot of other things you can do, line spacing, a lot of other CSS properties that you can add to your style, but that will be all for this tutorial. So far what we've discussed, we've talked about the style attributes for styling HTML documents. So we've talked about the background color. You saw how we changed the background, added the background color to our paragraph text, and how we also specify a color to our heading tag tag or a heading on the web page. We also change the fonts of our paragraph. We also change the size of our fonts, made it like bigger, and also we align our text. So with that, you can actually specify, add additional information to your HTML elements. So that's what the style attribute does. It gives additional attributes to the style element. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. See you guys in the next tutorial.